From failing to break through at Brighton to becoming a star at Coventry and now setting the world alight at Sporting, Gyökeres has established himself as one of Europe's most wanted strikers. And in this video, we'll be looking at the rise of Viktor Gyökeres. Gyökeres' journey in professional football began in 2015, making a senior debut for Brighton at just 17 years old after being one of the standout players in their academy. He showed promise from the very start, as after a couple league appearances off the bench, he was handed his first start in the Swedish Cup and scored a brace. With Brighton in the midst of a relegation dogfight, Gyökeres understandably didn't feature much for the rest of the season, as he was naturally still quite raw at only 17 years of age. By the end of the season, Brighton had finished bottom of the league, suffering back-to-back relegations which saw them be demoted to the third tier of Swedish football. For Gyökeres, this was a blessing in disguise, as with the quality of teams not being as great in the third tier, the club were completely fine with playing a teenager up front. It didn't take long for him to start flourishing, being deployed as both a winger and striker and performing in both positions, scoring 7 league goals by the end of the season to help his side win promotion back to the second division. He continued to improve, as in the 2017 campaign he increased his goal tally to 13 goals and got 8 assists in the league to achieve consecutive promotions, re-establishing Brighton's status as a top flight club. 2017 was also the year of the UEFA Under-19 Euros in Georgia, and Gyökeres shined on the international stage. Although Sweden finished dead last in their group, Gyökeres individually had a great tournament, scoring 3 goals in 3 games to become a joint winner of the Golden Boot. Gyökeres' talent didn't go unnoticed, with his performances catching the attention of Brighton, a side renowned for scouting hidden gems, and on the 1st of January 2018 he departed Sweden for the English seaside. His rise so far had been rapid, going from Sweden's 3rd tier to signing with a Premier League side in just 2 years, and it was envisioned that it would all be up from here. However, the coming years didn't go how Gyökeres would have hoped. When not on loan, Gyökeres spent his time at Brighton playing for the under-23 side, only making 8 appearances for the senior side in domestic cup competitions only. After a year and a half at the club and just 5 senior appearances, Brighton felt a loan move where the Swede could get consistent game time would be best for his development, and in July 2019 he joined second tier German side FC St. Pauli. He had a decent stint with the club, starting most games that season and scoring 7 goals in 26 league matches, and overall was a successful loan move, all things considered. On his return to Brighton, he scored his first and only goal for the club, a close range finish in a 4-0 win against Portsmouth in the EFL Cup. Still though, he wasn't guaranteed game time in Brighton's first team, and another loan was needed, with him joining Swansea on what was supposed to be a season-long deal. The move was somewhat of a disaster though. The conditions at Swansea weren't the right ones for Gyökeres to develop, and he ended up being recalled by Brighton, having failed to score in any of his 11 league appearances, and the situation looking unlikely to improve. Right after being recalled, he was sent out on loan to another championship side in Coventry City, and it was here that Gyökeres began to regain lost confidence. He wasn't exceptional in his first few months of the club, only scoring 3 goals in 19 league matches whilst on loan, but Coventry saw promise in him and couldn't turn down the opportunity to sign him for around £1 million. Coventry's belief in Gyökeres paid off, as in his first full season with the club, he bagged 18 goals in 47 matches across all competitions. His strength and speed set him apart, and with him now starting to score goals on a more consistent basis, he became a fan favourite amongst the Coventry supporters. The following season is where he really began to make a name for himself though. Gyökeres featured in every single championship match for Coventry, scoring 21 goals in the process to finish the season as the second highest scorer in the league. He wasn't just scoring either, with him ending that season as the championship's joint top assister, having provided 10 assists in the league and an additional 2 in the playoffs. The season was a major success for him personally, being named Championship Player of the Month twice and was even selected for the PFA Team of the Year. His efforts helped secure Coventry a 5th place finish and a spot in the playoffs, with the club so nearly getting promoted, ultimately losing the playoff final on penalties against Luton Town. This meant they were staying down in the second tier, putting them in a position where they had to sell their star player. Multiple Premier League clubs were interested in Gyökeres, but in the end, Sporting CP emerged victorious in the race for his signature, spending a club record €20 million on the striker and offering him a 5-year contract. There were expectations on Gyökeres to deliver, and since donning for Green and White of Sporting, the Swede has been nothing short of sensational, exceeding what everyone thought was possible from him. He scored a brace on his debut and hasn't slowed down on scoring since then, with him currently ranking amongst the top strikers in Europe, getting 36 goals and 14 assists in 39 appearances. He's consistently been performing at a high level, showing great movement on and off the ball, creating chances for both others and himself, and being clinical in front of goal. With how good he's been this season, it's no surprise he's become one of the most sought after strikers on the planet, with him being linked to many of Europe's elite clubs. At just 25 years old, Gyökeres has established himself as one of the world's best strikers, and could finish the season with his first taste of major silverware, with Sporting being in a strong position to claim what would be their 20th league title. From here, it feels like the only way is up for Gyökeres, with it appearing likely at least one of the clubs linked to him will cough up a fee close to his €100 million release clause. His journey to this point hasn't always been easy, and he's shown real resilience on his way to becoming one of Europe's most wanted strikers.